All right, guys, great to have you on the next episode of Ranger Records. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Fantastic.
Doing good.
Excited to be here.
Can I get you guys your names real quick?
My name's Andy.
Andy,
Name's Theo.
Theo,
My name's Logan.
Logan. So you guys are all in band, the top band. What is it called?
Symphonic band.
Symphonic
yeah.
band?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was called in my middle school, too.
Really?
Yeah. So what instruments do you guys play?
I play trumpet.
Trumpet?
Play the clarinet.
I played tuba.
Tuba. I actually played tuba in middle school, too.
Oh, really?
A long time ago, yeah.
Were you any good?
I was decent. I was in top band 7th and 8th grade. We actually went to Indianapolis
Damn.
in 8th grade.
Wait, that's kind of wild.
We'll
though.
never have the chance to go to Indianapolis, even in high school.
Really?
That's where all the good bands are. We're not getting there anytime soon.
I thought Clemens was like the best band in the area.
Area doesn't mean anything when you talk about like actual area and state.
Mm-hmm.
Like best in the area doesn't mean we're not even best in the area. We're best in the district.
Really?
Best in the
Yeah,
area.
in the
is
district for
other
sure.
schools.
Area, it gets wild.
Area is crazy. Our area is crazy competitive.
Like Texas area or like
Texas area too, but also our area in general. Like where Pearland and
Yeah.
Katy are crazy
Okay.
competitive. Crazy.
I thought so before this year and last year,
Yeah.
weren't we always like one of the top finalists? Top 5, was it?
We're still finalists, right? So this last competition we had at the area marching contest, we were top 5. But
Right.
it's been quite a while since
Yeah.
we've been as dominant. I'd say COVID was a big factor in that.
We lost a lot of kids to COVID.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but before
Long
that, it was Clements sweeping the floor. Admittedly.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you
first.
guys like present for that? Were you able to see maybe middle school?
We were there kind of with like the good people who were there, but that was during COVID freshman year, and there was
Yeah.
no season then.
Okay.
So we couldn't really do anything except just play like.
We got to
popular
see some of the
songs.
really talented like seniors when we were freshmen.
Yeah.
Right.
But unfortunately, we didn't have a marching show because of COVID. It kind of ruined that. It would have been a really amazing show if
One
it
of the
happened.
best, yeah.
For the past, what has it been? like
35.
35 years, we've made it to the state marching competition.
Uh-huh.
And last year and this year we didn't make it, and that's for a combination of factors. I'd say the biggest thing was COVID that like royally screwed us. Like
Uh-huh.
that we have less kids, way less kids, and the kids we do have are still
The problem
I
is the
guess a
kids that we
little-
have now, the freshmen sophomores, learn to play their instrument in an online school during middle
Oh,
school.
okay.
yeah,
And that just
like,
doesn't work.
If you think about it, the freshmen they had COVID in 5th grade,
Just
so that
crazy.
means their music education
Right.
was not that great.
Yeah, it was nothing.
because they had to
basically.
play online, and that's horrible.
Right.
I also feel like COVID kind of negatively influenced people in terms of how confident they are in general. Freshmen are not necessarily the most confident or excited people, but especially considering how they were the ones who were. I mean, we were all locked up, but during a pretty critical part of them, developing and growing, that they spent that much in quarantine and online or whatever, that definitely affected them a ton.
I know marching band is a lot of work, more than many of the things as a high school student.
Yeah.
How do you balance that extra work that you guys have to do, especially in the sun, with schoolwork, social life, anything else?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not sure. I kind of just show up to practice. I do my thing, and then I go home, do my thing there, and then I'm kind of
Just
done
works
with
out?
it.
It helps
just
when you're a
works out.
senior,
Yeah,
You don't have as much homework, but previous years it gets really hard, especially if you're doing other extracurriculars.
Right.
yeah.
it's
It can
really hard.
it can get kind of difficult, but it was definitely doable and manageable.
Yeah, it's doable. Like you shouldn't use band as a reason to quit because you're doing too much academically. Like it's definitely balanceable.
Okay.
Like for me, for instance, we would have long band practices or whatever, and when I went home, I can't exactly say I had a special thing that made me balance all my work and other activities. I just kind of when I went home, I just locked in, made sure I did all my work, was on
Yeah.
top of things, and marching really taught us to make sure that's prioritized. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be passing to March, so kind of want to get that
Right.
going.
Yeah. So, anyways, talking
I was
about.
never ineligible.
Also, want to talk about how Mr. Johnson is always nominated for every school-related thing, like kissed the pig in the face last year, and like
Yeah.
pie teacher in the face, something like that.
I mean, I honestly have two reasons why that may be.
Mhm.
Most of those are for cancer awareness, right? And
Okay.
he had leukemia, or I forgot which one. He had cancer like a few years ago,
Oh, really?
like 4 or 5 years. It was a while ago. So maybe like they know about that and they like to donate money for him because it's a good cause for him.
Right.
Or mainly just he's been here like one of the longest times out of any teacher. So
I
those are
think-
the 2 reasons why.
I think a
Maybe.
huge part of that is just band is such a huge program at the school, and
Yeah.
the kids are gonna choose like the tall, lanky dude who who doesn't show much emotion, and because it's kind of funny to see him like
Yeah.
do these wacky stuff.
High in the face.
Does music help you kind of feel some type of way? I feel like for me, one time I was in Austin, and we were at this like city center type place, and there's this place called Jenny's Ice Cream. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but no.
No.
It's just like this strip, and you walk in, you get your ice cream, you walk back out, and it was packed in there. And then this one song by Pitbull, "Time of Our Lives." You guys know that song?
Oh
Yeah.
I do like that song a lot.
And then that song started playing. Everybody started dancing and singing along. I feel like more than many of the things, music kind of helps you, like, kind of digs deeper into you, helps you connect in more meaningful ways than a lot of other things.
it
Do you guys
does.
kind of agree? Do you feel the same way when you play music?
Oh,
I
yeah, for
100%
sure.
agree.
Yeah, I go my entire day listening to music, not necessarily like band pieces, but just like music in general.
Right.
It's I love it. Like it just you feel that in your soul.
Music is just like more than words, and you know, there's obviously songs I listen to. Got a lot of like artists that I do like listening to, but I mean, music's like instrumental music or whatever. That
sure.
that stuff is really really good.
I like to think of it as like a universal language. Like everyone can almost feel
Right.
the same way about it. Like
Yeah.
that's like the only language that's universal that everyone will know.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how I like to look at it.
So who are y'all's favorite artists, music artists?
I like Tyler the Creator.
Tyler, Creator.
I mess with Tyler.
Say like J. Cole.
J. Cole.
Maybe.
My brother likes J. Cole.
I also really like J. Cole and GID.
But I gotta ask, what is it about Tyler? Like, a lot of people like him.
His
And
beats are crazy good. His
Really?
beats are unlike any other artist, honestly. Him and Kanye are tied for best beats, in my opinion.
like, I can for sure understand how you like him, but I also feel like, doesn't his voice kind of sound a little weird?
I mean, his voice is kind of funny. Like I'll hear a song and be like, "What is this?"
I
But
feel
like,
his clips are insane. Like have you ever seen his clips on TikTok?
yes, I've seen
Hey,
his clips on TikTok.
yeah.
He's a funny guy though.
Tyler's a character, you know.
For sure.
He's got an act and everything to him, but he's hilarious, you know. Gotta
He's
love
super
him.
and it comes in his music too. Like his music is so good.
Would you guys ever see yourself kind of making music, singing, or an
Definitely not
instrumental
singing.
in the future?
They can't sing either. No one here can sing.
Yeah.
Speak for
I
yourself.
don't
buddy.
know.
You want to give it a shot on the podcast?
He will. He'll want to sing.
This might be your big break. Who knows?
You might be right. I don't know. That's all Logan over there. You know. Mr. Frank Sinatra.
I enjoy singing in the shower. It's fun.
That's where everyone thinks they sound good.
Of course. I mean, you gotta gas yourself up a little.
So what about like the instrumental aspect of it? Maybe not singing, but I don't know, taking music into your future, like college, afterward.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of am. So like, I'm doing after high school marching. Since we're obviously doing marching, I chose to audition for DCI, which is called. This is Drum Corps International. It's what we do, but amplified.
Okay.
Plus, everyone is good. Like everyone is good. You move 10 times as fast. You're getting through music, getting through like where we march in the field.
Right.
It's literally what we do, but more fun, harder, and you travel around the world, and it's really cool. So I'm doing that after marching band.
Like
senior year.
you're already accepted and everything.
No, the audition's later this month
Okay, so you're
or
preparing
later
for
next
it.
month. Yeah,
What
I'm preparing
about-
for it now.
What about you two? Are you guys also interested in that?
For me at least, even though music and band has been such a big part of my life, I don't exactly have plans to necessarily continue it much in the future. I mean, I would definitely keep my instrument, maybe
Yeah.
play every now and then, but I don't know. I can't see myself joining any like college bands or like I
Right.
said, like drum corps or anything like that. So
I mean, for me, I would love in the future to like produce beats. Like that would be really cool. I think the scary part about it is like it's not guaranteed that you'll make it. And
Right.
that's- Maybe as like a side hobby, I'll do that. But
That's why a lot of people don't want to major music because there's no jobs available. And if
Yeah,
they do, they give you like $5 an hour.
Yeah.
like it's
if I were
you
to
have
do
to make
music,
it big to be good.
if I were to do music, I would keep it as a hobby and
Yeah.
see if it takes me anywhere. If it doesn't,
Yeah.
there's no risk to it.
You play tuba, right?
Yeah.
So for marching band, you have to put on the sousaphone.
Oh yeah.
What is that like, man? I tried it one time in middle school. It was terrible. It was so heavy. My shoulders were sore the next day.
Dude, let me tell you about it. Okay, so I've been wearing a sousaphone for like 3, I guess you can kind of say 4 years.
Drum
although
major.
I was drum major this year, so I didn't actually wear it. So like the first like 2-3 weeks of wearing that, your shoulders are
Yeah.
dead. Like they are sharp pain. It just constantly hurts. But then after that, you don't feel it anymore. Like I don't feel either
just
of my
numb
shoulders
to all of
anymore.
it.
Yeah, I'm sure. What are these
numb
called?
to the
Traps?
pain.
I'm sure your traps are very strong.
Yeah. I'm just numb to it. I don't feel anything.
So what is that like playing solos in front of all those people?
You know, for me at least in the beginning, I was crazy nervous. In fact,
Yeah.
like before I even did it, I was like imagining. I couldn't even imagine how it would be.
Right.
The
Yeah.
more you do it, and the more you realize like how many people are behind you, and how many people trust you, whatever. To me at least, that helps me a lot. You know, it almost feels like I got people backing me, and I don't have to really worry that much.
Yeah, same thing for me.
used
Like
to.
I remember in summer, I was like trying to sleep. I randomly thought in my head, like, dang, I'm gonna have to do that in the summer, and everyone's gonna look at me, and if I mess up, it's gonna be over. And like in the end, that's only you thinking that. No one else feels the same way about like you messing up as you do.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of helped me
Right,
go through everything.
I think also if you think you're gonna mess up, probably gonna mess
Increase
up.
your
If you think you're gonna
chances.
kill it and you know you're gonna do good, you're gonna do good.
Also, I would say marching band has improved, like just overall confidence, not necessarily playing confidence, just like being a leader. That like my personality's changed from when I was a freshman to now,
Yeah.
like drastically.
Oh, are you guys section leaders?
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
all section.
All
yeah.
three of you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a drum major.
And
So he's like the king of section leaders.
yeah, and then I'm the
Oh.
woodwind captain, so yeah,
He's
section
also-
leader
he's
of the
also
woodwind
section
section
leader.
leaders.
Trombone
Preston's-
section leader,
Preston's
right?
the section leader.
So what is it like being section leader? How is it different from just being a regular band person?
For me at least, I feel like when you're a freshman or whatever and get inducted into the program, everything might seem intimidating, might be a little scary almost, and then as you keep going throughout your years, eventually you gain confidence. You understand what it's like doing a marching performance and working with your peers. So as a section leader, you still got to have that mentality about how you were as a freshman.
Yeah.
Kind of understand and give advice, help others to understand and appreciate marching as much as you can.
So you kind of like are involved in like the teaching aspect too?
Oh, absolutely.
No, you have to teach them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the directors kind of showcase the whole
Okay.
band what to do, and then you pull your section aside
Oh,
and
okay,
block, and you
okay.
walk around the block, making sure everyone's doing what they're doing. Call them
Yeah.
out if they're not. Like just teaching them what to do.
Although for me at least, past just teaching and elaborating on what was learned or whatever, you also have to act as a role model
Right.
character, someone who
Be their
gives
friend.
a lot of someone who's a really great friend, someone who's just giving them advice and having their backs at all times.
A drum major? What exactly is a drum major?
So essentially, if I'm gonna put it in like simple terms,
Uh-huh.
it's like I'm like a lesser version of like a director kind of.
Okay.
So I lead the entire band, and I also conduct the show, which is basically just keeping the tempo so they have something to look at when they're like marching and playing.
So you don't fall apart.
So you're
Yes.
you're on the raised platform?
Yeah, on the podium.
How many rehearsals does it usually take to kind of get down one performance?
A lot. Like
Oh,
for our
man.
first football game, it took summer marching, which starts 2 weeks before school.
Uh-huh.
So 2 weeks before school, you have to wake up at like 7, go to marching band, do what we do, and it gets really tiring. So it takes a lot of effort for one football game.
Aside from just getting the show out on the field, for instance, someone like Mr. Johnson is always seeing how he can improve and make sure the show is at its best level. So
Right.
considering what he expects from us and what he wants the show to be, we have a lot of rehearsals, a lot of practices to make sure that his vision gets carried out by us. So
It's hot too.
it's a ton of work.
Yeah. One thing I really wanted to talk about is the big stigma around band kids and how they're kind of portrayed
Yeah.
in like media. Like, what do you guys think about that?
So, in my opinion, 2 years ago when we were sophomores, the seniors then, we saw them as like, they're really funny, they're really cool, charismatic, they always want to hang out with you.
Right.
And like as the years progressed, it almost seemed like more like band kids, like annoying kids and like
Uh-huh.
people who just don't care came into the band. And like we see these kids running in the hallways, we're like, stop. Like 2 years ago that you didn't see that ever happen.
Right.
Like it's almost like they've changed more and more and more. And soon enough, I feel like it's gonna be all that. But
I'm not going to completely deny it. I'm not going to say that those types of people don't exist because they do.
it's definitely not as bad as people say though.
Mainly those who are underclassmen, but I mean, I feel like that COVID didn't help in general, but
Yeah,
there's
for sure.
definitely a lot of you'll find band kids almost everywhere in terms of just underclassmen, freshmen, and all types of areas. But band just happens to take part of that.
I would say, at least for Clemens, I'm sure it's different for other schools, but it's not so much that they're band kids; they're COVID kids. Like they are suffering
They're born with COVID, basically.
socially from like COVID. Like
guys
their
be
social
home.
life is in ruins. They can like it's hard to talk to them because they're like so antisocial.
Right.
So it's not necessarily that they're in band, although that doesn't
That
really
doesn't
help much.
help very much.
It
but
doesn't help, but it's more so COVID screwed them over.
Honestly, I definitely say there's more like kids in band than band kids, which sounds kind of cringe, but like it's true. Like there's definitely more kids that would hang out with band than being called band kids.
Right.
Because it's almost like you have a commitment. Like people are like, oh, why are you doing band for so long? It's like you have a commitment to stay there. Like you're part of the team. All your friends are there. You grew up with them since 6th grade, so you don't really want to leave.
If you guys could leave this podcast with one thing, whether it be band related, music related, just school related, what would it be?
I mean, for me personally, I couldn't be happier that I chose band as my extracurricular. Like these past 7 years have been fantastic. There have been like low moments for sure, but the high moments have been like really high. And I couldn't be happier that I stayed in this program. And just the amount of leadership skills, like perseverance from practicing my instruments, it's unmatched in any other extracurricular.
I mean, it's like what he said. When in 5th grade, I mainly joined band just because my friends were doing it. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but I mean, like the discipline I learned from practicing, becoming a leader, and marching and everything, it really affected me in a positive way. And then the people I've met and everyone I was able to influence and be influenced by was it's crazy. I'm gonna remember people and moments and just everything for the rest of my life, honestly.
I've said this before, like these are like the best 4 years of my life. Like the amount of memories that I've made while being in hotel rooms with my friends, being stupid, doing everything, like going to contests, bus rides, like nothing has matched this like level of fun. Like it's almost nothing like it on campus because it almost feels longer, even though like they're all half a semester. Right. Band almost feels like it starts longer, which it technically does because it's summer, but like I made lifelong memories and I don't regret it at all. Like I never thought about quitting.
Thank you guys for coming on the podcast.
Really Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
How do y'all feel? How'd it go?
That was fun.
It's fun.
It was nice.
I like
just being able to talk about that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.